your time for the main event. It's the Shoe Shine.
¿Qué onda, vatos locos? Damas y caballeros, it's your boy Devin, the 702, coming back at you for a special Wednesday night edition of the Shoe Shine. Joining me all the way from the city of brotherly love, Philly Irish, Drew Evo. ¿Qué pasa, man? What's poppin', homie? What's going on with that push? What's that Philly Eagles push thing? What is that, bro? What's that rule? What's going on with that?
Unbanned.
So is unbanned? Because I heard they voted, and I heard about the 49ers voted against it. I'm not sure what they voted. I don't even know exactly the details of the vote, man. But shout out to Big Spooky first in the chat. I appreciate you, homie. Explain it to the layman's terms. What was this little rule? Because the NFL ruled on it, right?
No, they wanted the Green Bay put a proposal out that the tush push needs to be banned because they said it's a high risk of players' injury, and real truth is, no, they couldn't stop it, so they got butthurt when they got their ass kicked in the playoffs, and they decided, hey, let's try to get rid of it and everything. But and other teams try to follow suit with it, but like the Buffalo Bills, that made no sense of them doing it because they used the tush push too.
I hear that, Drew. I hear that, Drew.
And they're one of the teams that voted to ban it. And so in the league voting thing, you need 24 out of 32 teams. That's 75% to favor a ban on it. And the results were 22-10 in favor. 22 to ban it, 10 to not ban it. But since you don't have 24 votes, it didn't pass. So the tush push is here to stay. And let's look at it like this. Roger Goodell wants it banned. And when Jeffrey Lloyd, the Eagles owner, said something today before they did the voting, he actually called out the owner of the league and everything. And he also called out other people, say, and was passionate about it, say, how can you say this is not a football play? It's a QB sneak. Like people are pushing. That's a QB sneak. And that's what I don't understand. How can you say that's not a football play if that's actually a QB sneak? You do the same thing in a QB sneak. And like, they're pulling the play. Why? They can do that if they want. It's your object. If your job is to stop it. It's been stopped before. It's not like this unbeatable thing and everything. Some teams can't stop it. So to those teams, coach your team and learn how to stop it. It's here to stay. So if we look at it, if they did the proper protocol and due process with it, and there was no injuries with the tush push. So Buffalo Bills, don't use the tush push since you voted against it. And that's all I'm going to say. Another thing is, today, Indianapolis Colts owner Jim Irsay passed away in his sleep this afternoon.
I didn't hear that, man. Rest in peace. I did not hear that news yet.
Age 65.
Whoa, that's really young, too.
So, probably more details on who's going to take over everyday operations of the Indianapolis Colts and everything. And Brock Purdy signed a $55 million contract.
Shout out to the Bang Bang Niner gang. It's official, Drew. They got him. He's locked in. I haven't seen any tape of the 49ers practice sessions early on yet, but today I was watching, what's his name? Sean, the guy who does boxing too. He's a boxing journalist, but he also works for the Raiders. Well, he works for Vegas Sports Today, I think, and he had video of Geno Smith throwing passes to Gene T, the rookie that they just signed, man. I'm that dude, Gene T, or John T, whatever his name is, number 2. He even paid, John T or Gene T paid X amount of money to buy the number 2 so he could wear number 2. He paid a player on the team, in excess of $100,000 to buy the number 2 because he wants to rock. But dude, he looks good, man. That guy looks like he's going to be something serious on the Raiders team. I'm excited, Drew. 90 days away from preseason. The return of our tailgate talk coming up this after the summer starts to wind down. I'm excited.
Here's the issue when it comes to Brock Purdy's contract. I think you guys overpaid him. Listen,
it's a curse, man. When anybody thinks they got the right quarterback, the franchise quarterback, they overpay. It happened with the Italian guy too, man. You know, not surprised.
It was on there. He couldn't win games. He couldn't be the sole reason why they won games. And I think they should have given him a 3-year, $150 million deal.
He would have gone. He probably would have gone elsewhere. That's just the way it is. He may not work out. He may be riddled with injuries. We don't know.
Who else you think's going to give him that type of money? Nobody. This was a deal this was really in the court of the 49ers. The 49ers had all the leverage in it and everything. He was actually at their mercy because he was the very last pick of the draft, and he had 2 good years and everything. And he had a subpar year this past year, and they gave him top dollar quarterback money. And let's look at it like that. Has he won the big games? No, he hasn't.
He came up short.
He's been to a Super Bowl. He's been to 2 NFC title games. And like the Super Bowl and the one NFC title game, yeah, he got hurt. But the Super Bowl, he actually played bad in that Super Bowl against the Chiefs. So if we look at it, this was a really bad move by the Niners. You actually take more cap off your space to help build your team because you are almost at the point where you're rebuilding, and you lost a lot of people already.
Drew, I don't know if you read, but there's already some major newspapers calling the 49ers to be a favorite to take over the NFC West, to win the NFC West division.
I'm going to be honest. I think they're going to finish.
Here we go. I knew. How did I know? Man, let's get to some boxing talk. Drew, you're going to get me heated. It's not even football season. It's not even preseason yet. But
come on.
Drew, I'll tell you who we need to watch out for. I appreciate everybody in here. Linda, shout out to Linda Wiley. Drew, who needs to watch out? I don't know if you listened to the show the other day. I did, but Bill Belichick proposed to that 24-year-old girl. Bill, it's good to see you. It's very good to see you. We're going to actually be talking about you and your son and these incredible posts that you made on Twitter this week that are getting a lot of attention.
I actually like him better than the real Bill Haney.
Yeah. Oh, it's not the real Bill Haney? Come on. Let me imagine it's the real Bill Haney.
Come on. Do you think the real Bill Haney will call me a simple N-word?
Oh, man. This damn screensaver behind me always decides to go out, guys. Drew, some big news. Official announcement. We've been talking about it for 2 weeks. Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios is now a official fight, July 19th. And the venue changed. And this is very, very important because, guys, the Tim Tszyu fight versus Fundora originally took place last year in 2024 at the T-Mobile Arena. And they've decided, Drew, PBC decided that MGM Grand is the better fit for Pacquiao versus Barrios. 13,000 seat capacity. There's going to be a ton of people, Filipino American community that want to see Manny Pacquiao fight one more time. And then you put the co-main as the rematch between Tim Tszyu and Fundora. That place, that little small-ass MGM, is going to be popping July 19th. I'm telling you guys, don't sleep when those tickets go on sale. It's most likely going to be a sellout. Also, some quick news. Next week, I'm going to go to the PBC event. I'm actually going to that PBC event. And if you want to see some boxing and you are here at the end of the month, why not see Caleb Plant? Why not see Charlo? The return of them, guys. And I know it looks like a stay busy fight for both guys with the intention to eventually match up Caleb Plant versus Charlo, who have some bad blood. They got some bad blood between them, Drew. But it could be interesting nonetheless. And I'll tell you what, guys, If you're tight on funds, $75 with fees to get into the PBC fight next Saturday. Drew, Golden Boy Boxing going to have a show next Friday with Beck the Bully at the top of the card in Las Vegas at the Virgin. And I can't fucking believe, I'm sorry for the language, guys, but I cannot believe that Beck the Bully seats to get in the building are over $100. I fully expect Oscar to come to your senses next week and on Monday announce that tickets have been slashed half price. Because you know what, Drew? We saw Beck the Bully fight recently. My wife, Fonzie, was with us. Beck the Bully barely beat that guy. I don't recall his name, Drew. I think he might have been a Philly fighter. And Fonzie was buying a drink for the guy that Beck the Bully could not beat. I don't know. I don't even remember who won, if it was a draw or a very close win for Beck the Bully, but it was an awful performance by Beck the Bully. And Fonzie was buying his opponent a fucking drink immediately after the fight. Beck the Bully didn't even put a fucking dent in the guy's face. And Fonzie's over here buying him a drink. Good to see you, Mom Food. Good to see that SS Fighter. Pac-Man is back in effect. It's official. July 19th. Also, Drew, let me show you really quickly. Let's get Drew's take on this, but this was just added to the Pacquiao fight. Brandon Figueroa, former featherweight champion. He calls himself the Heartbreaker. I don't know how many of the ladies here. We've got some ladies listening right now. Is Brandon Figueroa still the Heartbreaker on the left-hand side? Versus Yoette Gonzalez. Yoette Gonzalez, his sister, used to be Shakur Stevenson's girlfriend at one point. They've just been added. Two Mexicans, Drew. They can throw a lot of punches. Yoette Gonzalez, I think he's got some real high mileage. He's no longer with Top Rank, but I'm happy to see him on the card. What do you think? What do you think about this July 19 Manny Pacquiao card right now? I mean, it seems like it's going to be entertainment, more entertainment than it is going to be serious boxing, right?
It's not worth the money. I'm sorry, it's not worth the money. It's a cash grab going to be failure, and this ain't gonna do. I don't even think this does 250,000 buys.
Interesting. Oh, the pay-per-view numbers for the last Canelo fight were a complete disappointment, Drew. And earlier in the week, I did the show. Guys, now, I had sworn the fight was going to be according to Turkey Al-Sheikh, the fight was going to be here for Canelo in Las Vegas, September 12th? September 12th, Friday, right? At the stadium, the football stadium. For the very first time, we're going to get to watch a football stadium fight in Las Vegas. Then he pulls the rug and decides, you know what? Maybe I should have it on Saturday, which is the same night as the UFC card in Guadalajara. All of a sudden, UFC promoter gets the rug pulled from underneath him, and now we don't even know where the fight is going to be. I don't know where the fight is going to be, Drew. So I'll ask you, Las Vegas on a Saturday night. You cannot pick the football stadium. It's either T-Mobile or the MGM Grand or that funny LED light bulb, the Sphere, which only holds, I think, 18,000 people as well. Dallas Cowboys Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Saudi Arabia.
Or the LA Rams and Chargers new stadium.
Now, something interesting I heard about, Drew, I agree the stadium for the Rams is a beautiful stadium in California, but I've been reading that Canelo Alvarez, and one of the reasons why my wife and I left California is because he does not want to pay taxes to the California local government. If he fights in California, he's going to have to pony up 13%. 13% to Gavin Newsom. That's right. So I don't think California's in play. Wiley Coyote says, to Saudi, they go, no, man. Can you imagine Canelo waking up at 4 a.m. again or whatever god-awful time him and Terrence Bud Crawford are woken up from get up! People in America got to see you fight. People in America are just getting drunk. That William Skull fight in Saudi Arabia was a complete fucking disaster. There was no one in the stands. There was nobody in the audience. It was not a good look, man. I really do. Well, I hope it comes to Vegas or Texas. I'm not opposed to it, but if it happens in Vegas, Drew, I don't know. We'll be lucky. Anybody will be lucky enough to see it.
I'm gonna say this right now, man. I got to. I think the American boxing fans need to realize that Turkey Sheik does not care about the American fight fans. I don't think I think he wants to take boxing away from America, and he wants to take the fighters away too, and have them fight in the United States. He'd rather have them fight in Saudi Arabia or in the UK. He doesn't respect the United States boxing fan. Does not credit them as real boxing fans. And I'm not saying this because I'm trying to get clicks. It's the truth. He does not respect the American boxing fan and he also tries to make a point that these American boxing fans do not support us. They will not buy a pay-per-view. How can you say that they cannot buy a pay-per-view when you overpricing it? And then you're making us pay a subscription to the zone and pay a $90 fee when you said yourself there's no more $80 or $90 pay-per-views. They are $25. Every pay-per-view will be $20 now. And you have went back on your word on that. What was this? What was the two card special? The Fatal Fury Times Square card and the Saudi Arabia card total $90. And on top of that, you are already paying a monthly subscription to DAZN, and you are not getting a discount. So what does he think of you? He don't think much of the American boxing fan. And to tell you the truth, if Turkey Sheik wants to come on here and talk about it and talk about his passion for the sport, be my fucking guest. He's welcome to come on here.
Sure. That's hilarious.
He does not care for the U.S. market. He does not care for the U.S. boxing fan. It's just like this right now. He really thinks that he takes away the top stars and they'll buy it anyway. No. The streaming laws are a lot different than they are overseas. And people don't really care about it because we're heading into a recession and everything. Let's put it out there now. We're heading into a fucking recession. They're going to make us pay that much money. So looking at it all like this, the American boxing fan is telling Turkey Sheik, fuck you. We're going to stream it and we're not going to give a fuck what you say. And look at it like this. If you compare prices, the British have it way cheaper than us. So if we look at it, Turkey Sheik is trying to destroy U.S. boxing.
I don't know about that. That could be the wildest take you've had, Drew. I think it certainly feels to a lot of hardcore boxing fans that is actually what's kind of taking place to the American boxing scene, to the point where people are more excited about Jake Paul versus Julio Cesar Chavez, and then putting real boxers on the undercard and having in the main event, social media, YouTube stars. We can say, I guess some people will argue Jake Paul's a legitimate boxer now. Julio Cesar Chavez was a world champion, but people are more interested in that. Now, here's his recipe for success for the greatest fight of the year, which should be Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford. First of all, Drew, they need to make this fight accessible to bars all across the United States for a very low price. I got to see Canelo fight William Skull at a local casino bar behind the Las Vegas Strip 3 weeks ago, whatever it was. I paid nothing. I paid nothing to watch that Canelo fight. All I had to do was buy, I think, one drink. You need to do that for any bar that wants to buy this fight. Also, you got to go back to the old school when they did closed caption on movie screens. You got to let people go to the movie theater, because half of those movie theaters are freaking vacant anyways, and allow people to watch the fight for $10 to $15. I saw Canelo Alvarez fight the Cuban fighter back in the day, Lara, at a movie theater. And it was a freaking great experience. I had me and my wife having popcorn. We snuck in some cheap bottles of, I didn't sneak in cheap tequila, but I snuck in tequila and had myself a bucket of popcorn and movie hot dogs. I mean, that's the shit. That's what you need to do. enough of this $90 to watch it at home because people were just going to decide to find a way to stream it on their Fire Stick or whatever device they have or via share streams on the web. Man, they got to step it up. Mom Food, thank you so much. Good to see you, SB. I appreciate you. I saw that Sarah was doing an awesome car stream in the Arts District, and it looked great. It looks great down there. Ooh, I wish I had a lowrider. Wish I had a muscle carts. I ain't got no space to put one, Drew.
No, but I look at it like this. At the end of the day, man, like, people got to look at it like this. Talking Sheet does not respect the U.S. boxing fan. And I think people need to start calling him out because potentially this fight, one of the biggest fights, is not going to be in the United States. May not be in the United States because he does not care for the U.S. boxing fan.
Well, he probably needs to move on this Arlington, Texas stadium deal. Canelo Alvarez did sell that venue great with I remember even his ring walk was incredible at that Texas stadium against BJ Saunders. And I think that if it's not going to be Las Vegas, it's got to be there, but you got to let the fans know quick because Drew, I already have people telling me on Twitter, on X, that they've booked tickets. Nando was in here the other day telling us he's already got a room ready to go in Las Vegas and he hopes he doesn't have to change it. He's got his room and flight ready, and a lot of people have already done so. So we need to hear something. As fans, we need to hear something so people can make arrangements quickly. All right, Drew. Hey, let's move on. Good to see you, SB. Again, also HLD's in the building. Good to see you as well. Let's talk about something that was wild. I don't know, is Bill Haney still in here? Bill, I'd love for you to come on and discuss this, Drew. This set a firestorm. Set a firestorm. Let's go. Let's go to these claims.
William, come in here.
Drew, look what he posted. He posted, Devin Haney, the new standard by age 26. No fighter in modern history has achieved what Devin Haney has achieved at the age of 26. This document outlines the unparalleled accomplishments that set him apart from legends, champions, and pound-for-pound elites. The Haney standard by age 26. The Haney standard. Damn. The Shoeshine standard. Undefeated 32-0. Well, that's debatable. That's debatable.
That's really debatable.
Undisputed champion at 135 pounds in the four-belt era. Is that true too? Wasn't some of those interim titles or I forget, wasn't he known as the email champion at one point? Wasn't some of those elevated?
Yeah.
2-division world champion. True, he is a WBC. He held that title, 135, 140. Beat 7 world champions, beat 3 unified champions, Kambosos, Lomachenko, Jose Ramirez. Oh my God, Jose! I love Jose, man, but that's nothing to brag about.
Got a gifted decision against Lomachenko, which was gifted.
We were there, man. I just moved to Las Vegas. We were sitting next to Fonzie was in the building. We all sat there and we watched that very competitive fight. In fact, I don't know where that Devin Haney is. Where is that Devin Haney that went toe-to-toe against Lomachenko and threw that many punches? I certainly haven't seen that version of Devin Haney. All right, and he said goes on self-promoted with his father, outside major promoter. Who else has done this by age 26?
No, I'm going to say that right now. That's bullshit. He was promoted by Eddie Hearn most of his career and Top Rank.
Look at that. He even put a chart here. Floyd Mayweather, X to being an undisputed 2-division champion. Why does he have an X? Okay, Floyd Mayweather wasn't undisputed, but neither was Devin. Devin's not undisputed in 135 and 140 pounds.
He was undisputed at 135, not 140.
So he put an X on Floyd Mayweather like Devin has been undisputed. Wait, he's saying he put the green check mark that Devin has been undisputed 2-division champ. So that whole column right there is fucking cap. All right, they've beat 7 champs.
William, you're pissing. William, you need to know how to do a resume, man. Like what you go on Microsoft Word or something or Microsoft?
I think oh man, F Donuts, shout out to you, homie. I appreciate you guys. This is a last minute show. I know everybody's watching Finney. Shout out to the F Donuts gang, Finney gang. This was a last minute thing we wanted to put together because Drew and I can do it today. And I appreciate you being in here for a quick second and dropping that $4.99 bomb, man. You guys go subscribe to F Donuts.
How's your buddy F Donuts?
Oh, his buddy. I doubt that's his buddy. I don't know, Drew. I heard that he ate 1,000 chicken wings today. That's the latest I heard about that guy.
I heard he had a bunch of fucking beers that looked like underage kids.
So So let's take a quick look here, man. Also, here's some shit that he put up on Devin's stats. Look at this. Floyd Mayweather versus Devin Haney, Antonio Tarver at age 26. A one-sheet comparison. Okay. At age 26, he was 30-0. I'm talking about Floyd. And he has his son listed at 32-0. I'm not even going to bother with Antonio Tarver. Because really, the gist of it is he's comparing himself to Floyd Mayweather. Unified champions defeated: 1, Jose Luis Castillo versus Kambosos, Lomachenko, and Ramirez. Dog, I'm going to be honest. I saw Jose Luis Castillo, Drew, at the, I seen him at a fight. He was nice enough to take a picture with me. And I think Jose Luis Castillo actually tried to fight, like recently, or just had a fight. Look at the list. Floyd Mayweather beat Genaro Hernandez, an incredible Mexican champion. Diego Corrales was the freaking shit, man. Rest in peace, Diego Corrales. Jose Luis Castillo. These are the resume. Come on. Devin beat Yuriorkis Gamboa. How old was Gamboa? How old was Linares when you beat him? Jojo Diaz.
He almost got knocked out by Linares.
All right, it's not all doom and gloom. I don't want to sound like I'm attacking Bill Haney's argument here. There is one good name. There is one good win on this entire sheet right here in favor of Devin Haney, and that's the performance that your son had in San Francisco, where the Golden State Warriors play, when he beat the shit out of Regis Prograis and took that championship from Regis Prograis. That was a spectacular performance.
Which he rehydrated all the way up to 165.
It was controversial. He did gain over 20 pounds, right? 25 pounds.
He is known as a weight bully.
To that, I say I don't think Floyd Mayweather ever came back into the ring, even at welterweight, even at 152 pounds. I don't think he ever came back into the ring weighing nearly 165 pounds, including when he fought Canelo Alvarez in Las Vegas at the MGM Grand.
He weighed 160 pounds against Lomachenko, rehydrated.
Yeah. Anyways, let me see if I have any, do I have this Twitter thing up? I've been trying to get this linked up so I can read some of these comments. Let's see if there's any good comments in here, because there was a ton on social media.
William Haney, I need you to report to the Shoe Shine Live, please. William Haney, where the fuck you at? I don't call Bill Haney anymore. It gets called William.
All right, here we got Jay Carl on Twitter. Jay Carl says, Floyd will come back and beat your son's ass at almost 50. The mayor of Soto says, Bill, you need to lay off the crack.
Yep, he probably does, too. He probably gets the good crack, too.
Danny Zelaya simply said, nah. All right. This name, Tuhami Jalali, says, comparing your son to Floyd is nasty. Just stop it. You can't lie to the boxing fans, but we love you, Bill. You're entertaining. Ain't gonna lie. And I did see Bill put out the hit list. What did I do with the hit list? What would I do? I guess I didn't send myself the damn picture. So, Drew,
what the fuck kind of nickname is that?
All right. Well, I do have the list here. Thank you to everybody joining us. Don't forget to hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, consider. Daniel Barry Sports, good to have you. He says, hey, everyone, happy Wednesday. Appreciate you being in here. Drew, here is the list because I don't have it to show on the screen, but he posted this today. He was on the Boxing Voice with Ness today, and he says, on my hit list for my son, number 1, Teofimo Lopez, which they say, some people were saying in the industry that it's being negotiated as we speak. I personally like that fight. For Devin Haney, a very, very tough fight. Drew, number 1 on his list, Teofimo. Does he get past Teofimo?
I think Teofimo beats him. But here's the thing. I thought Teofimo was trying to fight Boots. Like I said, Teofimo be the reason why that Boots fight don't happen, because he wants to go after Devin Haney.
All I hear is that he wants to fight Boots. Yes, that's all he be talking about recently. But I don't see any negotiations for that happening. As far as I know that Boots Ennis and his people would like to get a shot at Brian Norman Jr. Should Brian Norman Jr. come back from Japan, successfully defend the title, they're looking to renegotiate that. What does Teofimo bring to the table? He's not bringing a title. He is bringing a big name. It could be. But now you got your boy who can sell 17,000 seats in Philly. Or you have Tio, who can barely sell out Madison Square Garden. That is cap. There is zero negotiation being done with the Haneys. Trust me. You're talking about Teofimo versus Devin Haney. So I don't have any sources that it's actually happening. I mean, it's all online sources reporting that they're negotiating it. Either way, Drew, when we were speaking privately, you said that you think him bringing up Boots is just a tactic, one of Teal's negotiation tactics to get the fight he really wants, which he's employed in the past, right? It works for him.
Use the biggest name in the division, call him out, try to make yourself look good, and then you see the Devin Haney, and you probably see the Devin Haney fight, and you want to get that fight instead. Tell you the truth, some people are saying it's a mistake for him to even fight Boots Ennis, and like it could be maybe suicide. Like
It's a dangerous fight. Suicide. It's a dangerous fight. We don't know if Teal's power carries up to 147. And usually fighters, I'm going to be honest, it's courageous to even say, I want to get in with the best, the strongest puncher at 147 because, well, he's not tested himself at 147. It's dangerous. It could backfire. If he actually goes through with it, I say, hey, salute to you, Teofimo. You're a real warrior for that. You're a real warrior whether you win or lose.
It's better off he has a belt. It makes him more money if he has a belt going into a unification fight. And make it more important. But here's the thing right now. Boost people already said they want a champion or they're moving up. They already lean towards moving up anyway. And Turkey needs to just shut the fuck up.
I'd have to say that Boots has... Thing. Yeah, Drew, go ahead.
Turkey, another thing. Turkey does not care about what fight fans wants to see. He wants to show you, he wants the fights he wants to see. And a lot of times, people don't want to rather not see those fights. They'd rather see something else.
Yeah, I'm surprised Turkey doesn't want to see Conor Ben melt down at 147 and fight.
Sleep versus Boots, you are absolutely right. I don't think he knocks Teofimo out. I think he wins by a decision. But I would pick Boots to win that fight by decision. But I think this is all like a clout game to get another fight. And I think it's the Haney fight. Teofimo wants the Haney fight at the end of the day. I think that's the fight he wants because if we look at it, it will give him the opportunity to take out one of the so-called wannabe 4 kings, original wannabe 4 kings of the lightweight division. And you take Devin Haney's out the picture, people are going to say, all right, if he beats him worse than Ryan did, it'll make him a lot better. But I think the Devin Haney fight is the more winnable fight for him than the Boots fight. Because Boots is bigger, Boots can box, Boots can move, Boots can bang, Boots has power. And I really think that this is an advantage that, you know, Tio does not want the Haney fight. Trust me. You want me to trust you? I'll tell you what. Let me flip a coin. I'll try. And if I trust you or not, hold on. Let me get a coin, HLD. Hold on. We're gonna flip a coin right now.
Flip the coin. But Drew, I'm thinking for Teofimo, you're right that with the experience he's had with Jermaine Ortiz, with the experience he had with the Spanish southpaw, that those aren't the fights where he looks best in. I would stay away from Devin Haney myself. I would actually advise him. And I like what you said right here. Shout out to Coach Eddie ATL. He says Teofimo Lopez should fight Gary Antoine Russell. That's a very exciting fight right there. Gary Antoine Russell. Did Gary Antoine Russell pick up a belt, Drew, recently?
Yeah.
He did, right? So that's a unification, any of the unifications for Teo to potentially become undisputed at 140. I actually like the idea of Teofimo trying to clean out the division and unify and become undisputed before even thinking about fighting Boots Ennis. And Drew, who knows if he does successfully become undisputed at 140? I don't think Boots is going to be there by the time he's done. Go ahead, flip your coin. I definitely don't. I think Shakur Stevenson might be at 140.
I got a penny because it's telling me how much the trusting part means to me and everything. So I'm going to flip it and we're going to see if we can trust HLD. It's tails. Fuck no. That means that I'm sorry. Tails means I can't trust you. Guys, give me some more proof on that HLD.
So, Drew, let's carry on with this list. I don't know. He puts Shakur Stevenson at number 2.
I know the Lopez's. Do you, Drew? George Lopez? You know George Lopez? Tell him I said hi.
Shakur Stevenson on his number 2. Man, 2 guys that have been blamed for excessive running. That's a fight I'm not interested in seeing. Obviously, Gervonta Tank Davis is a great fight. It's a money fight with their history in Las Vegas, sparring and whatnot. I mean, Tank Davis versus Devin Haney is very interesting, but seeing how Devin Haney is taking big punches lately, it's not a fight I think he looks good in at all. I think he'd be scared shitless. Jerome Boots Ennis, too much power for Devin Haney. Brian Norman Jr. is interesting, especially if Devin Haney can show that he fits into the welterweight division and he moves up there. And this was a recent catchweight fight. He's not too far. That might be interesting, but Brian Norman Jr. does have heavy hands. Mario Barrios, he's busy with Manny Pacquiao. Who knows if he's even... I expect him to beat 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao. That might be a good fight for Devin Haney, a first title opportunity. Should Mario Barrios still have the WBC title and Devin Haney's relationship with Mauricio Suleiman, I like that. Now, Drew, Keyshawn Davis versus Devin Haney.
I don't know, but HLD, do you know my track record? Do you? Or you're talking out your ass like you told me on Twitter a long time ago? Yeah, you're probably talking out your ass. But
all right.
Let's look at it like this. Let's look at it like this. I'm not gonna pay attention. I'm not gonna pay attention to someone that likes Joe that tells me he knows George Lopez. Give me an autograph, HLD. Need to give me an HLD. HLD, give me a fucking George Lopez autograph. Thank you very much. But Keyshawn Davis, I really don't favor him against Keyshawn Davis. Shakur Stevenson is possibly going to be the boringest fucking fight between 2 fucking guys that lack the will to hit somebody. I'll probably fall asleep in round 3. Tank Davis, he'll run from Tank Davis the whole night. He'll take a shot from Tank Davis or one like he did from Jose Ramirez all night. So, Devin Haney's stock has fallen dramatically because he's scared to get hit now. Now, Devin Haney, business-wise, he's not going to, he's not going to really do anything. He's not marketable right now. Like, who the hell's going to go and want to go watch a Devin Haney headline fight after what they saw from Jose Ramirez? Nobody.
Keyshawn's accused of being a weight bully. He just got that title at 135. Bill, I think it's a great fight. I mean, it's a good fight, but I don't even know where they'd have this fight because I still feel like your son Devin doesn't have a home base. He did sell well in San Francisco, but again, it was that one time. Will he come back? You got the opponent in Keyshawn who's building a solid fan base in his hometown. I don't even know how that fight would come to fruition, but I think it's a very dangerous fight for both fighters. Number 8 on this list is pretty interesting, Bill, because I really feel like the number 8 should be number 1 on your list. I really think Rolando Raleigh Romero, who just won an interim title, the WBA interim title, I think it's a great fight stylistically. There's a dangerous puncher in Raleigh Romero, your son, the technician. It's a great fight. People love Raleigh. Let Raleigh loose. Let him talk shit. Let's build up. This should be number 1. Should be number 1. Number 9, Bill. Conor Benn. All bad. That's all bad. Man,
This, I'm going to tell you this.
that one's all bad for your son.
I will fucking probably rip that whole hit list up and write on it bullshit and everything. Just like this penny I flip for HLD thing because I think of him as a penny. But And HLD, don't get into your feelings, man. We love you, man. We love you. No homo. We love you, man. Be good, man. You got a lot of hateful loud motherfuckers, man. I saw your arguments with people, man. You go personal shit, man. You need to calm down, man. Like, people fucking love you, man. But not really that much, but okay. But at the end of the fucking day, let's look at it like this. That hit list, like, okay, Keyshawn Davis, people are accusing him of being a weight bully. Yeah, he probably stayed at 135. He's. I don't think he should stay at 135 anymore. It's just. I think before the year's out, he's going to be at 140. He's going to realize he's not going to. Will he fight Shakur Stevenson? Probably not. And then you look at it. I think the bigger fights for him is at 140, and I think they need to work on possibly getting him set up to fight Teofimo Lopez, because here's the thing: he holds the WBO title at 135. He can petition that he's going to move up in weight. That automatically makes him. They can automatically make him the mandatory for Teofimo's 140-pound belt. And that's a fight that people want. That's a fight that Keyshawn wants. And everything. And that's really a fight. Do I think? Who do I think? Who do I pick in that fight? I don't know. It's a 50-50 fight. And everything. Because is Tio's going to have to box more? Because if Keyshawn can get him in the sights, Keyshawn's going to go after him. It's the same for Teofimo. He can counter, good counter puncher. So that's a 50-50 fight. And then it's a really hard situation when it comes to like Conor Ben. Conor Ben is gonna campaign at 154.
Very strong puncher too. But Conor Ben, yeah, I don't think he melts back down to 147 for anybody.
I think I think we saw Conor Ben was exposed. He's very undisciplined. He has a gas issue.
Conor Ben?
I think he's very undisciplined.
Wow.
He got countered a lot in that fight.
But he took those shots from the big puncher, man, from a much bigger puncher. Bigger fighter, to say the least.
Here's the thing. A weight-trained puncher. And a guy the weight-trained puncher almost stopped him. And let's look at it like that. We got to look at it from all angles. Chris Eubank Jr. was weight-trained. And he nearly could have stopped Conor Ben. Conor Ben has a gas tank issue because he was tired in that last round. Chris Eubank Jr. Drake Drain threw over 100 punches in that last round.
Yeah, it was a great fight. It was a brilliant fight, to be honest. Bill Haney says, Devin versus Shakur. Drew, we got to help you out with that cough, my brother. It's strong tonight. Allergies. Oh, it's allergies?
Yeah.
Moving on to the dead last one on the list. Ryan Garcia at number 10. Ryan just lost to Rolly Romero, which is why I think, man, Rolly Romero should be at the top of your list, Bill. He should be at the very top. Now, I do like the suggestion from HLD. If it was my son and he was moving into the 147 division gently, I like Blair the Flair Wu. I like him. He's a really nice guy, and he can sell a fight. But his name recognition isn't so big that people might accuse Devin of taking a step backwards in his career.
Cherry pick.
But to be honest, man, Blair the Flair, I mean, he's shown he will test your son and he will throw a lot of punches. I just think at this stage in Devin's career that they might be called a cherry pick, like Drew said, or that he's too much. That Devin's too much for Blair, but actually I think it might be a good fight. and it might be a fight that prepare him. But just get to the point. Just fight Raleigh. Just get to the point and fight Raleigh. He's got a WBA interim title if you're not going to stick around. Yeah. All right. He says, you're right, but I don't see anybody better than me, so I am number one. There you have it, guys. There you have it. By the way, what happened to the listing I saw? I keep my eye on all the luxury properties for sale in Las Vegas, and I saw that it was in the media, it was in the news that the beautiful house in Henderson was up for sale, and now I don't see it. So if you need a better real estate agent, holler at me. I'll get you in touch with a better real estate agent that will sell that luxury real estate to a Saudi prince of Bahrain or wherever we're going to find somebody with $20 million. What was Ramirez, an elite pick? Oh man, Ramirez. You know what? On paper, Ramirez, he still look all right. But you know, to all the boxing fans who have watched Jose Ramirez's decline, it was a fight where Devin should have looked a lot better, and he failed to meet expectations. Even in his comeback fight, he looked afraid to engage with Jose Ramirez, who's a shadow of his former self. So I'm
gonna keep it being here. Jose Ramirez is washed up.
And if he decides to retire, so be it.
He just came off a loss to Arnold Barbosa before that fight and everything. So he was a washed up fighter. And it turned out he took a bad punch from him and then he fucking ran the whole fucking fight. It was a fucking fight that I probably fell asleep during. I had McDonald's too, but I fucking fell asleep. So my food got cold.
Yep. Well, Drew, we're going to segue into the fight of the week. We got about 10 minutes left, guys. If you enjoyed the content, hit that like. Make sure you come back, man. We enjoy all the discussion, all the back and forth dialogue. I do appreciate you guys for being here, taking your time out of your day or your evening to watch us here. The fight of the week, Drew. Man, I was so fortunate to have a quick conversation with Angelo Leo, Albuquerque, New Mexico, to Las Vegas. At one point, it was reported Angelo Leo lived in his car, including Blair the Flair Wu. Blair the Flair Wu, at one point, lived in his car, came to Las Vegas with a dream, was working security, I think, at Caesars. Angelo Leo also living in his car, trying to make his dream happen. He did make his dream, Drew. He became a world champion at bantamweight, only to lose that title to your boy, Stephen Fulton. 2 years out of the ring, comes back after 3 performances on Pro Box and does the unthinkable. Gets a crack at the 126-pound champion, Elvinato Lopez, and knocks him out to the point where Elvinato Lopez had an MRI showing a brain bleed. Now, Angelo Leo, we saw him, Drew. He was working the T-Mobile. Japanese fans that were there for the Inoue fight, were taking pictures with him like he was already a celebrity. He was humble as fuck, and the Japanese fans really appreciate it. He's going to go to Japan. He is in Japan right now as we speak, Drew. And his opponent, Tomoki Kameda, 33 years old, former 118-pound bantamweight champion. This fight is going to be fireworks on Pro Box. I'm hearing, Drew, that the fight's going to start for me on the West Coast at 11 p.m. on Friday night, which will be Japanese time Saturday. If you are not familiar with Tomoki Kameda back in the day when he was in the U.S., he is part of the Kameda Japanese Fighters of Brothers. 3 brothers, Drew. But homeboy was raised in Mexico. Check this out, Drew. Here's the first clip of Tomoki Kameda.
¿Escuchas?
Sí,
¿Cómo estás?
muy bien, muy bien.
Vamos a hacer una buena pelea y llegues bien preparado.
Sí, sí, no, estoy listo.
Sí, porque aquí la gente quiere ver la pelea, buena pelea.
Ok, sí, no, vamos a darles un gran pelea.
Sí.
Ya sabes.
Así quiere la gente.
That's fucking great. Tomoki Kameda lived in Mexico and Guadalajara since he was approximately 14 or 15 years old, Drew. Here's another clip when he fought Ray Vargas.
O sea, eres campeón, ¿no? Y eres mexicano. Entonces, este sábado pelea como mexicano. Vamos a hacer buena pelea. Huevos, a ver quién tiene más huevos, cabrón.
I respect all opponents, Vargas too. The only thing I want to tell you.
O sea, eres campeón, ¿no? Y eres mexicano. Entonces, ese sábado pelea como mexicano.
I don't know about you guys, but to me it's crazy that I mean I've seen in Japan that Drew that they like Cholo culture, LA Cholo culture. They have a lowrider scene for many years in Japan. They emulated, but that's not the case with Tomiko. His parents were like, "You're going to learn how to fight Mexican style. We're going to go send you to Guadalajara and learn to fight the style that Canelo Alvarez basically learned in Guadalajara, Mexican style." Became a world champion at 118 pounds. Why does this fight matter so much? Look, Angelo Leo's already let everybody know. Give me the Inoue fight. Please, please. I have a title. If I walk away with this belt successfully in Japan against Tomiko Kameda, a household name in Japan, please, Inoue, move up and choose me. Pick me. Pick me. You already saw against Cardenas. For Tomiko Kameda at 33 years old, Drew, if this guy wins and beats and gets the nod, and I've talked to other people, they think I'm tripping. But, oh, that's funny. Asuma, that's pretty funny. True, Tomiko Kameda wins, and you guys just heard him, man. He's as Mexican as they come. In fact, a lot of people say he's more Mexican than some Mexican fighters or Chicano fighters. He has a crack at 33 to fight Inoue, a super fight in Japan. Hey, I got the title at 126. Come on, Inoue, move up and fight me. This fight matters a lot, and it's going to be free on YouTube. If you're up late, if you're up in the morning, turn on Pro Box on YouTube and figure out who won this fight, because it really, the implications of this fight mean a lot. I think, Drew, Angelo Leo's going to win this fight, could potentially knock out the older Kameda, and this sets him up to potentially fight Naoya Inoue in Las Vegas again at the T-Mobile. And maybe this time they'll actually sell out the entire fucking building, man. What do you think, Drew? You heard both of them. You remember Tomiko Kameda by any chance? He used to have pink hair. Fought Jamie McDonald. What's his name? Lost his title to that guy at 118. He was a WBO champion. It was a great little short run.
Yeah, I'll give him a shot. And they should be an entertaining fight. So
this comment that cracked me up. Drew, it's the only thing I got to talk about this weekend, to be honest. There's a Bay Area fighter on DAZN tomorrow night. I believe in Southern California, they're going to have a fight on DAZN. I was watching that. There might be that. But this fight on Friday, guys, this is the one fight we have to pay attention to. Asuma says, do you guys, that Chinese boxer, do we know him, Something Wong?
You know what? I know a Chinese rapper anytime I shoot.
That's good. All right, Drew. Let me know who wins this fight, man. I'm excited about it. Again, I played it for you guys. This fight should be big. This fight should be big. And of course, like I said, the Mexican Japones, Tomiko Kameda, he's got a big fan base. I expect fireworks in Japan this Friday night, Saturday if you're in Japan. You picking a winner here?
I'm thinking Angelo Leo wins.
Interesting. Shout out to everybody that participated today. We will be back on Monday. Next week is going to be a lot of action in Las Vegas. We got Golden Boy Boxing on Friday night, Drew. Beck the Bully headlines that card. A lot of new, interesting fighters. And then Saturday, I'm going to be at the Mandalay Bay watching that PBC fight. It's going to be a lot of fighters in town, a lot of media personalities. So make sure you're locked on the Shoe Shine next week. If there's an open workout, maybe we'll stop by and check one of those out. Yeah, man. Appreciate you, Wicked Local. Drew, any final thoughts on this week in boxing? Some of the shenanigans going on?
Yeah, first of all, HLD, don't take it personal, man. It's all love, man. Don't feel no type of way and everything.
Nah, I'm sure if he's still here, I appreciate him too, man. He always has interesting things to say, whether we agree or not.
But he also needs to tell me what HLD means, though.
Man, that's a secret. That is a secret.
But at the end of the day, man, let's look at it like this. Devin Haney, the Haneys are a joke in boxing.
Sheesh.
And I really think that when you're paying people to dick ride for you, that's what they're doing. They're paying fucking content creators to dick ride for the Haneys. And I'm not gonna say a name and everything because he probably invested a lot in the dude's content and everything. Not gonna say no names and everything because we don't need nobody to get us a content strike because we get butthurt by telling the truth. But I really think that, fucking Turkey Al Sheik, man, I think he's on the borderline of being more bad for boxing than good for boxing when it comes to the U.S. market. And I think the U.S. market is suffering and everything because the way fighters are, but it's not helping when you got a guy that's trying to take your fighters to go fight somewhere else. And take the boxing fan not to watch them live. So...
Hey, Drew, I had been reporting on this Paul versus Chavez. Lucas Bari, friend of the show, also Floyd Schofield. Fonzie and I are friendly with his mom. Now, reportedly, Floyd and Lucas Bari, who signed with MVP, were in negotiation. That had fallen apart, and they are talking to Tevin Farmer. Today, a boxing source put out that Floyd Schofield and Lucas Bari are back on for negotiations and almost done. To which his brother, Lucas Bari's brother, responded, and I responded to Lucas Bari's brother. He said, "Cap, that negotiation is not ongoing for Lucas Bari versus Floyd Schofield. We still don't know if Floyd Schofield's going to be on this amazing card, Paul versus Chavez, but I think both of them need to be on this card, and most likely they should fight each other."
I think his dad is really messing up his career.
I heard that Floyd Schofield was offered. Now, this is coming out of his father's mouth. He said he was offered $1 million to fight Abdullah Mason, and he turned it down proudly because Oscar offered him $5 million for an exclusive contract. I don't know what to believe.
Why would you say that you turned down money? Well, you turned down to fight Abdullah Mason. Like, you made your son look like he's ducking him.
Yeah, I would have kept that out. I definitely wouldn't have dry snitched there. I would have not snitched myself out on that. I would have even just kept that out the conversation. But $5 million, if it's true,
know when to shut the fuck up.
It's good money. Hopefully, we'll have some news on that next week. Thank you again, everybody that tuned in. I'm Devin of 702 Philly Irish. Drew Evo. Until next week. Peace.